Hi, welcome to Jill's Journals. I wanted to show you, before we get into the whole thing this week, is where I'm standing. Can you see the field? I'm standing in what looks like a sunflower field, which reminds me of Under the Tuscan Sun. Remember when they had the entire sunflower field, and this land reminds me of Tuscany a little bit. The rolling hills, although there's no wine country and there's definitely no Italian men. So, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to share this with you because we're going to talk about today the two worlds. And to me, this is a beautiful representation of the two worlds and which world I want to create and which world I want to live in. Okay, this is Susan, and I'm going to ask her to explain why we just moved horses.
We moved horses to a pasture that in New Mexico actually has grass on it, which I have discovered in the short time, year and a half that I've lived here. You may have a lot of area and very little grass, and this is a very good pasture area, and I'm lucky enough to be able to rent it for the horses.
And why did we put them in a corral?
We separated the horses because there are two resident horses that live here, and if we were to just put them all together, there would be lots of biting and kicking, and someone could possibly get hurt or chased through a fence. So until they settle down a little bit and have the idea of the smells in their head, it will just help them calm down and get ready to get turned out on the pasture. And so probably in about 2 days I'll turn them out, hopefully with two other horses that have lived here, and then I plan on riding one of them, and hopefully the other two of mine will follow and show them where the fence lines are, and where the water is that they'll need to drink from, and it'll just be great for them to be on actual grass. So I'm excited. I've been buying hay. It's terrible.
Okay, thank you. So now we're moving the horses. Those are the 3 horses that need to get moved out of the old field and into the new. And so here's the first horse. The first horse went pretty easily. And the thing that's important to remember is you can lead a horse to freedom, but you can't make them want it. And the second horse went a little bit easily, but the third horse was a bit more of a challenge. What you don't hear is all the stomping and the snorting and the I don't want to go action. That's the other horse saying, I don't want to go. But I think it's important when we talk about the new world and the old world. And the new world is if you want freedom, which is really what I want to represent in this video, is that these horses are going from a small pasture into a big pasture. And so they don't know that their life is about to get better. So they have to have faith in Susan as she moves them, but they also just have to have faith that things will get better. But what's interesting is, as the horses do, we fight it. We're afraid of it. We will stay with the known versus the unknown. And even the horses kept trying to get out of the trailer. One did get out once. And so it's very representative, I think, of how we resist life getting better because we're afraid of what the new will be, so we'll stay with the old. And that's really what we're doing in creating a new world. You have to decide if you want freedom, because the new world is about finding freedom. And so in this clip we have a little bit of time elapsing between when she went to get the horse and when the horse finally found its way out. It took a few moments, but there we go. The horse came out, and so now they're off to their new life, and they don't know where they're going. They don't know how they're going to get there. They don't know how long it's going to take. They don't know what the journey is going to be like, but they have faith in she that leads them. And so our faith in how we are led by our higher power, our source, whatever we put our faith in, life itself, that life will get better when we want freedom, and that's whatever the new world is that you want to create. And so that's what I think is so representative in this simple idea of moving horses. And it was the same thing as driving the trailer out. I look back and I think, why was I so terrified? But I was absolutely terrified. And now that I'm here and I'm so incredibly happy I made the trip, I don't know what I was so afraid of. So now we're with we're moving into where this is the new pen, which she talked about. She wanted to corral them up. As you can see, there's 2 new horses on the outside, so they're getting acquainted. There was just a little bit of blustering that's going on. And what's interesting is they're supposed to stay in there a couple days, but somehow they let themselves out, and the 2 merged, and apparently without much fuss, and so we're free out onto the plain, so to speak. And quite often we couldn't find them. It's 200 acres, so it's a pretty big stretch in which they have to go around. So they're just saying hi to the camera. Of course, she put food in, and 2 of the horses are girls, so you know how we are. Give us a little food, and we accommodate much more quickly to our new surroundings.
Okay, you're supposed to be running free. Not standing and staring at the weird people coming up.
And these are the horses running free. What was actually happening is, like I said, we lost them for a few days. Finally found them. This is, I think, our 2nd or 3rd trip out that day, just trying to find them and make sure they were okay. And they were tired. They'd done so much moving around. They weren't going to run free for me because I wanted a picture, of the pretty horses running free in the distance to represent freedom. But, I guess freedom is also the right to stand still when you want to stand still. And they have plenty of food, they have plenty of space, they enjoy each other's company. Those are the 2 Arabians that have been on the property for a while, and so they've been showing the other 3 horses around. And they all seem to be very happy and content, to the point that they don't come running when season comes up. So when you stop feeding your animals, they don't come to you as quickly. It's funny how that works. Food is freedom, I guess, in many ways and respects. But I really wanted to give you this snippet into something so simple as moving horses into a bigger pasture so they can find their freedom as we're trying to find our freedom. And that, to me, is what the whole new world represents. So still learning about horses. They're very easy. They let you just come right up to them. They're very happy. And it was a really neat experience to see how it's done. It's just not as hard as you think. Although it is a lot of work, and it was stinky because in their stress, they made the trailer awfully dirty, but that's Susan's responsibility to clean up. I don't do that. At least not yet. So as we close, we say goodbye to the horses. We'll be seeing more of those, and we're going to end in the sunflower field because it's just so beautiful. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I'm very happy with my choices of where I'm at right now, and as you can see, it's just incredibly beautiful. The sky is filled and life is good, and that really is what you'll know and feel when you step into this new world, is you'll just be happy. And that's what I want for you, to just be happy. So we'll see you soon.